Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to How to Beat Tharsis. My name, of course, is Orbital Potato. I am joined by my friend and minute optimizer, Rhapsody, over in Australia. How are you doing? How you doing?
That's right. I optimize my newts.
Wow. No.
How about no?
No. Just quit while you're ahead, buddy. That's a mistake that I had to learn the hard way multiple times. Yeah, I don't know. What we're going to be doing in this series is we're going to be going through Tharsis. We're going to be having a little bit of banter. We're going to be talking about the tips and tricks that we would give to somebody if we were going to tell them how to beat Tharsis. And I think this is something that you are going to be a lot better at than I am, because if we go to the score list, your score is really good. On normal difficulty, you're 222nd in the entire world. Like,
yep,
that's impressive. And on hard, you're 106th. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
also
really
a
crazy.
thing.
That's
I was 75th earlier this morning. Now I'm 106th. I'm really sad about it.
Well, yeah, when I checked about 20 minutes ago, you were 105th. So even within the last 20 minutes, you've gone down a place. Oh, man.
People are overtaking me. We need to capitalize, and I need to give out advice before I get bad. Because I'm going down in rank. People aren't overtaking me. I'm just getting worse at the game and dropping accordingly.
No, maybe you should give bad advice so people perform worse, and therefore they won't beat you. You know?
I've got a conflict of interest. Why would I tell anyone how to beat this game? I want to be the best around, like no one ever was. So I've got to tell everyone the worst possible information. Okay, so first off, what you want to do is cannibalize all of your teammates, right? As soon as they give you the kill option, kill every single one of them. Then you want to go to the engine room, and you just keep moving through rooms that have hazards in them.
All right, we fucked around enough. Let's get into a new game. Okay, so obviously, as somebody that's actually completed the game, I've got the option for two more people. Maybe for the first time, we should go for just the default crew, so people that have never actually completed the game can play along with us.
Okay.
Maybe? I don't know.
I would totally agree with this. I, however, want you to know that first off, you can rename the characters, and secondly, we should name each or one character after each of us. Okay.
All right. So what do you want to go for the first Doctor? This was in the latest patch, by the way, actually. I think they patched it so you could...
Yeah, it was. They did this specifically for the benefit of YouTubers and streamers. Thank you very much.
It's very kind. And if you are watching the video, totally choice, then thanks for giving me the code. I appreciate that. It's really nice of you. Real nice of you. All right. Who are we naming the Doctor after? Who are we going to name the Doctor? All right. It's not being me, right? Because I personally am terrible with blood, right? I don't like it. It's not my thing. It's not my jam. So who are we going to name the Doctor after? We need a...
I'm terrible with people, so I also shouldn't be the Doctor.
Okay.
We need either a people person. Are we naming it just after YouTubers in general, or are we going to a wider spectrum? Are we going media?
I think anybody that you want. It's completely up to you. I want to be the captain. I'm gonna be the captain. I'm just gonna straight up take that role before that can be. Can't put a space in there. Okay, cool. Okay.
Too many letters.
Too many letters, maybe.
I want to take the specialist.
Because you're special?
Of course. Absolutely, of course. But also because it's pink. I love it. I mean, there's no purple character yet. It's my favorite color there.
That's a good point. All right. What else? What about the Doctor and the mechanic? We need to have some...
I think the Doctor should be David Tennant.
David Tennant, straight up dope, yo. Is that how you spell Tennant, or is it ten? Is it Tennant?
Tennant.
Tennant. Okay. And what about the mechanic?
Ooh, I'm a little stuck on this one. Mechanic. I'm thinking Are you a fan of Firefly, the Joss Whedon series, the sci-fi series, short-lived?
The one TV series. I haven't actually watched it. It's on the list. It's on the list of things to actually watch eventually. But it was only one series, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. It was.
What about the guy from Red Dwarf? What's the guy from Red Dwarf called?
Never watched it.
What? Oh
Yep.
my god, you're missed. Oh my god. Oh,
you want to be even angrier at me? Not only have I never watched it, it's not on the list.
Oh
it's not
my god. What?
Yeah.
Oh man. you need to recalibrate your life. What the fuck? Mechanic. What do we want to name the mechanic? Fucking hell, I don't know. Let's call him Jim.
Jim.
There we go.
He's dead, Jim. So, just to everyone who's thinking, this series is called How to Beat Tharsis. We're not learning how to beat Tharsis. Oh, yes, you are. First off, you need to name every single one of the characters so that you personally feel aggrieved when they die.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you're not going to learn to be better so you can keep them alive. First tip, form attachments, emotional to your characters.
Man, oh man, we're 6 minutes in. We haven't even played the goddamn game yet. Holy shit. That's crazy. All right. Okay, we're going to be playing on normal difficulty, at least for the first time. And let's get into it. Let's confirm, and let's get into it. We're not going to watch the story, because we ain't got no time for that. And boom. We're straight in. We're straight in. So straight off the bat, what does this look like to you? Is this a good situation? Is this a bad situation? What do you think? Give me your thoughts and opinions.
We've got a pretty bad situation going on here. Things that I'm looking at are pretty good. The doctor and mechanic are on relatively low stress. We've also got sedatives on the research panel, so we can reduce all crew stress by 30%. That's super fucking strong to get early.
It is.
But we're going to need to use everyone to clear up these. I don't think we can even clear up all of these. So let's think about it. We've got 6 die already sitting in the center room. The center room is the reroll regain. What's it called?
Life support.
Just do ship info. Life support. Yes.
Life support. Yeah.
Is it? No, life support is the medical bay. Oh no, it is life support. You're right.
It is life support.
So we've only got 6 die sitting in there. You're right, 100%.
Yeah.
We've only got 6 die sitting in there. 6 die is maximum 36 and minimum 6.
Yep.
So we're looking for something in the middle there. Is around what you can average expect. So we can probably get between 18 and 24 reliably. 27 is a little bit of a push. We're going to need some lucky rolls on that. And you can't clear a 14 with only 2 die. So that's legitimately not possible.
Yeah. So talking a little bit about the starting mechanics that are in play, it seems that the game takes the health statistics, it takes the die statistics, and it takes the stress statistics, and it balances them out. So if you've got a lot of die, then it means you're either going to have low health and high stress, or super high stress and averaging and middling health. So it takes, I think it takes all of the factors and combines them, and then it outputs a roughly balanced character. So I mean, this guy, right, really high health and pretty low stress, but a pretty low number of die. This person, averaging number of die, averaging number of health, averaging stress. So on the whole, I think it balances it out, and it turns out that this time we've managed to get a pretty balanced approach to each character. I don't think that that's unfair to say. Everybody's pretty similar, I would say. Yeah.
So it also does that with reference to the game as a whole, because I've started previously with 2 food, which is a huge boost. Obviously, first round you feed 2 people. My monitors went to sleep. you have a huge benefit there on the second round. So let me just bring us back to the game for a second. What are you thinking you want to do here?
The thing that I'm thinking that most influences my decision is that when a character takes damage, that increases their stress. And as soon as their stress starts to increase, it can rapidly accelerate out of control. And we've both talked about personally how stress is, well, something that, I don't know, people often underrate as being super essential to a successful run. I think, anyway. And, you know, with high stress, it can really mean that you get very, very bad hazards. So I would be inclined to put all my chips in one bag. I would be inclined to put the specialist in. I would probably put the mechanic in, and then if things go well, then we would only have to put one of these people in. That would be my course of action. I tend to deploy the specialist and the mechanic first. They're my first two responders. If they can get there without taking damage, then I will pretty much always deploy mechanic and specialist first. That's almost a guaranteed.
Okay.
That's what I do.
So, I totally agree with a large amount of that.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely want to take out the 27 first.
Yeah.
100%. Not even a chance. We might have to give up taking out the FDO, but it depends on how the mechanic and the specialist roll. So here's my idea. If the mechanic and the specialist end up not really doing that much, then the doctor can roll in that room and the captain can use his turn to try and get a 5 to give 4 die to the whole crew.
Yep.
That's 1 5 for 4 die.
Exactly.
And then pump a little bit into the life support to give himself some die at the end.
Mm-hmm.
However, if the mechanic and the specialist roll well, we can have the captain still do that for 3 die and the doctor move over to the FDO. But if the captain does his first, the doctor can move over to the FDO with 4 total die because she gets the captain's buff first.
Yeah, that's pretty much along the lines of what I was thinking. Yeah, so what do we want to do? Do we want to deploy the specialist first, since she doesn't actually give any bonuses to anybody? She's only got that 1 reroll. What do you think?
Yes, but for a different reason than you're stating. Okay. So the reason I want to chuck the specialist in there is because she has more rerolls, so her getting locked die is way worse. So since we have this first assist, I want her to get that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, there we go. Let's deploy her in here, and there seems no reason that we shouldn't just straight away roll. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
At least it stasis to 3. At the very least, it stasis to 3 instead.
Oh my goodness. So, what would you do with a stasis 3 in this position? What would you do?
I'd leave the stasis 3 until the end and not do anything with it, so I'd just roll immediately.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. We'll go for a reroll. And a 6. Perfect. Can't really complain about that, I don't think. Like, that's pretty good. And I would say that goes towards ship repair, like, undoubtedly. Is that
the 6? Definitely.
Yeah.
Not
totally.
even eligible to go elsewhere. This is my character. Oh, good work on the 6.
Yeah. Congrats, but bad work on the 1 and the 3. You fuck. Jesus Christ.
I mean, but we accounted for that. We gave her the ability to unlock a stasis die specifically. Yeah. But luckily she didn't need the next roll. So I assume that you might actually want to put the 3 into the research project. Is that what you want to do?
Maybe, but at the same time, I can really, really see the value right now in replenishing her die. I mean, she's one of the 2 characters that is going to be on 1 die at the moment. So if we could put a 3 into the life support, then if the captain rolls well, then she could be looking at getting 4 die for the next turn, which would be super powerful. So
I don't agree.
You don't agree? You would put it into science?
No. I would put it into repair.
You'd put it into repair? Oh, wow. Okay.
Rolling 9 on 2 die is a really good result. That's a 4 and a 5, both above average, right? So looking at distributed across 2 die, that's an excellent result. So if we've got 2 from this, 2 from another, and then a 3 afterwards, that means we might be able to free up the doctor to actually leave the room.
However,
so this is looking more forward than that. But the one thing that I'm going to continue talking though is for the specialist, if she does get a die from the captain, then she's going to have 2 die and you've got 1 food.
And we've got 1 food,
so you can feed it back up to 5.
However, that is going to mean that the mechanic will probably not be on a large amount of die if we dedicate that piece of food to the specialist. All right, let's stick it in there, and we'll finish deployment. All right. So, next. I think we probably want to move the mechanic. Good old Jim here. That would be my interpretation, although that may be completely incorrect.
I'm assuming this is going into the 18?
This is going to go into the 18. Yep, into the life support module. And yeah, we'll roll straight away. Oh, shit. All right. Well.
Okay, do you know what we do now?
I think we probably regain all of his die. I think that's probably the only good thing that can come of this.
100%.
That's so bad. Unbelievably bad.
It's not that bad. It is not that bad. So the captain will not be able to finish this crisis by himself. So we're definitely having the doctor and the captain roll in here. But since they've got 6 pooled die against an 18, it's very likely both of them will be able to use their abilities. That's 4 health and 4 die being, well, 3 die being distributed because the captain's the mechanic's obviously not getting benefit. That's really, really good. All we have to do is make sure that we keep the mechanic pumping up the ship later in the game. FTO error is not a problem. It can be dealt with anytime.
Yeah, I think this is a case when we are intentionally taking damage. And I know that in the past, it's a strategy that hasn't actually worked, but something that I have done is I've just hold up the entire crew at the back of the ship as the ship, you know, just fell apart. Well, not fell apart, but, you know, took damage every turn. And it's really, really powerful to know that you can take the damage and you can sort of control it and, you know, think about mitigating it in the future turns. I think accepting that you're going to take damage is absolutely not the end of the world. But I think we should probably deploy the doctor first. I don't think it really makes that much of a difference. Whether we deploy David Tennant or Potato into this room here.
Well, I mean, it makes a little bit of a difference in like a thinking about it kind of way, because if we get really high rolls on the doctor, we're not really incentivized to use it to heal. We just want to try and finish and make the burden on the captain really low. So the captain gets the free die, because 3 plus die is way better than 4 health.
Yeah. What do we want to go for here? I mean, we've got 12 right here. Clearly, the 2 isn't good enough, and that's something that we will be re-rolling, I should imagine. But I'm inclined to just keep both of the 5s at this current moment. That would sort of... If we keep both 5s, then we can sort of decide, hey, the result of this is a 1, and therefore we're going to dedicate both of these to ship repair. Or if this is, you know, a 6, then... hey ho, we're golden. We can dedicate a 5 over there and then a 6 and a 5 over there. You know, something like that, perhaps. That's my thought process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down. I would personally immediately have moved them into the repair, but there's no reason to do that yet. You can put in the dice hold.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that that's something that I don't use enough. I don't use the dice hold enough to sort of make my decisions at the end of turns, if that makes sense. I feel that I don't personally do that enough. Okay, a 3 here.
Yep. So
what do you think?
The way that I'm looking at this, it's super obvious.
Yeah.
Everything has to go to repair.
Yeah.
Because then we've only got a 5 left over for the captain to roll. The captain at least has to have one of his die. I mean, by necessity, one of the die has to go towards his hero power, which means that it's only 2 die relied on him to roll a 5. That's a 2 and a 3. That's really low results. It's almost certain.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I don't actually think, if you look at the health of all the crew, nothing sticks out as imperative to fix. I mean, 3 health is not a crisis. 3 health is pretty darned healthy in my books.
Oh yeah.
That's good enough. And can be happy with that. Alright. And last but not least, Orbital Potato, get into the life support module and roll. Show them how it's done, son. Show them how it's done. It's good enough. It's good enough.
I have no updated visuals, so I'm seeing Orbital Potato just outside. What have you got?
Okay, I've got a 6, a 3, and a 4. That's what we've got. 6, a 3, and a 4.
6, a 3, and a 4.
Which means that we can repair the ship in addition to activating the hero power, which is obviously super valuable and probably something that we actually want to do.
Yep. I would imagine. I don't think we get greedy here. I think the 6 goes into the hero power and everything else fixes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's physically possible to be greedy here. I mean, we actually, if we were greedy, how would we be greedy? I mean, we could re-roll the 4 and hope for a 5, but that's, you know, there's...
Yeah, that would
unlikely.
be the
It's
greedy
unlikely.
play to try and get a 3 for the research project.
Yeah.
The thing is, you only get fucked if you roll a 1. So 1/6 of the time, you get screwed by that. The rest, a third of the time, you're really way better off. But I don't think it's worth getting greedy. 1/6 of the time, you stress everyone out. It's way too horrible.
Yeah, you know, you stress everyone out. In addition to that, you take everybody's health down a significant chunk. So, yeah, fuck it. Finish the event and progress to the next turn. Fingers crossed that works. So we are taking that 1 bit of ship damage, which kind of sucks, but hey ho, that's okay. Okay. So are you seeing the choices that we have here? Because they're both pretty trashy. They are pretty darned trashy. So
okay, so walk me through what you're thinking here.
So, okay, the no movement damage modifier is absolutely worthless, right? It's pretty much worthless unless you come across a very specific scenario. It's something that, I don't know, I've talked about a little bit in my series, is that the bonus that you get from the command module or whatever the hell it's called that gives the no movement damage is fucking worthless, right? It's just the worst ability on this ship by far. Do
you know what it's there for?
What is it there for?
It's there so that in the final turn you can have someone roll in there, give no movement damage, and then everyone else can just run to the ship.
Yeah, and you know what? I can appreciate that, but really, when you've got no disasters on your ship, it's not a very conducive module. I'm not a fan.
It's horrible. I'm not going to bat for it. I'm just saying that it's not good.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But at the same time, this is also really, really bad. You know, the health is really nice, but everybody's already in a fine health situation, so I don't really see that there's a need to be concerned about that. And it gives the stress, so I would be inclined to take this one. You know, negative health for these guys, what puts you down to 3 and you down to 2. Still not a bad situation. So I would take this option, probably. But
okay,
that's me.
So I definitely agree.
Yeah.
So you're almost completely on top of the exact same thought process that I have. One of the things that I would also think about is the doctor is the person who's left on 2. So if push comes to shove, the doctor can heal herself with a die.
Yeah,
it's not that bad.
Yeah.
On top of that, everyone's got like 50% to 30% stress damage at the moment. If we can get in a what was it called? Sedatives. If we can get in a sedatives next turn, we're gonna start getting choices here that are like just, you know, plus 30% stress heal for the whole crew. Wait, stress heal? I'm thinking about Darkest Dungeon. Negative 30% stress for the whole crew.
Yeah.
You know, we'll start getting really good options in here, including bonus die for, you know, -1 ship, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. So I think we probably are going to choose this option, but we'll probably do it in the next episode actually, because it's almost 25 minutes long this episode. Holy cow, we've talked for eons.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Feels good, man. Feels great.
This is what happens when you have to talk through every single decision.
It's quite nice. It's quite refreshing, I think. It makes you really think about things. It's kind of cool. I like it a lot. Anyway, folks, thanks very much for watching. Mine, of course, has been Orbital Potato. That's been Rhapsody. Playlist link in the description. Check out his channel in the description, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Adios.